Hey guys, it's E. It is the WWE Raw wrap up here. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitters, coming from the stormy weathered Pittsburgh, PA, rocking this stuff, talking Raw just off right off of it, going off air with my buddy from Kipson, New York. It's Mad Mike. How you doing, sir?
Woo, Sorg! I am doing fine. You know why? Because we're all from Suplex City tonight.
Suplex City, and we actually heard some correspondence. You know what? Maybe I'll try inviting him during this and see if they could chime in. But we do have correspondence on the ground right there in Cleveland, Ohio. They took the trip up from Pittsburgh. So we'll see if maybe we can get somebody to join us from the crowd directly there. But there was a lot of talking tonight, of course. We got 5 weeks to set up, so we're gonna take our time, right?
About time they take their time, but Jesus Christ, they took some time.
Oh, geez. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that, but I don't know. I'm feeling lackluster on the stuff they're setting up now. Sheamus Randy Orton is just another thing, you know. It's a placeholder. It's the thing that we're going to take a rest through. And I like Sheamus. I like Randy Orton individually, but this combination, I don't know if it's just too worn out or what.
They're not fighting over anything. There is no reason to care about this feud.
Or if
they had a match one week, they had a DQ.
And if there's a reason, they haven't done a good job of conveying that. They really haven't.
That's why I think neither of them have had mic time, because there is no reason.
Yeah.
There's no, at least Miz, Ryback, and Big Show has a purpose behind it. I don't necessarily enjoy it, but it has a purpose. Paige and the Bellas has a purpose.
I've been listening to Michael Cole was talking about the issues between them on, I think, SmackDown I was watching last week. And it was like, and this issue has been going on for a while and stuff. So much that we've kind of forgotten what it was about. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm so over it, and it is the time where I'm going to take a break during a show. I don't know what is the pay-per-view being what it was. Coming off a Super Indie, watching Ring of Honor on Sunday night, but I come in the Raw and I see something like that, and it's like, moving on. That's the kind of stuff that I can't argue with. Well, Raw's not for me. Raw's not a show that I'm into. It's not a point of the show that I'm into.
And there's so many people that they have on there that are being underutilized. Like, we've seen Cesaro, Orton, and Sheamus a dozen bajillion times. Why not bring in a guy like Cesaro, whose tag team partner is down, so you need to do something with him? Or have an Uso fight. I forget which one is injured, but have the other one fight.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just literally shelving him until his brother comes back. Because why?
Well, let's bring around some positive. I don't want to be the negative Raw cast overall or anything like that. It is stuff to get through. Although I do feel bad because I'm not sure if this would have been a great one for you to be live at.
Sorg. Best live performance of Machingun Kelly I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, all right, you got that. You definitely got me there, I guess. So,
and Ziggler and Owens was damn good.
It was.
That was damn good.
No, we had that. That's fine. We did have a performance, and it's the Clevelanders I saw tweeting that I know of there weren't too crazy about it either. But I'm not a Wiz Khalifa fan. Hey, I said it publicly. I live in Pittsburgh. I'm going to get ostracized for that one. But it's fine. There's a lot of talking. Again, we had a half an hour before we even got to the first match.
Well, the first segment they were showing the tribute to Dusty.
Sure, and that was the first 8 minutes.
You forgive that. But I have a question. I mentioned this in the Hangout. This is the second week in a row we're getting a movie trailer.
So they're getting paid. That's fine. They're getting paid. It's a summer movie season, so they've struck all these deals. Obviously, Terminator was something they struck all the way back at WrestleMania to get that crazy ass entrance. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they didn't incorporate that in the promotion now about it somehow.
You would think that would make more sense.
Yeah, even if they reuse some of the set props.
I mean, you know what they should do? You know what they should do, and they're not going to do this because it's too creative. Have Seth Rollins at Battleground come out to that Triple H entrance.
He just steals everything. I would love just like Seth Rollins just completely ganks more Triple H stuff, right? Like he reforms Degeneration X with the J&J security for some reason.
If he reforms DX with J&J security and Dean Ambrose as his X-Pac, oh, that'd be good. I could just see Dean Ambrose saying, "We're here to rip ass on the World Wrestling Entertainment."
Who would you recast DX with? You know, like who's
China? I think
Tamina Snuka could be China.
Okay, I'm down.
She's the closest they got. She really is.
I'm down with that.
Should we continue with this? Is this what this show's become?
I think so. I mean,
all right. So you got that. So who's your New Age Outlaws? I mean,
J&J.
That could be J. Okay, that's J&J. Sure.
Either that, or you could do the primetime players. They're already stealing the intro gimmick.
Okay. Do you want Dean to be the X-Pac? Would he really be the X-Pac in this?
Well, former best friends. They feuded for a while. I think it could work.
You know what? Hell out.
And plus, he's got the crazy, greasy look. I mean, you know.
And even to the point where he steals Stephanie McMahon.
Yes.
And somehow marries and divorces her in a drive-thru in Las Vegas with his buddy Dean Ambrose, who's always in the scenes in the desert in Vegas, officiating the wedding and divorce somehow.
Yes. Yes, I'm okay with all of this.
Book it. Take this WWE.
Book it. And then eventually you have him reform DX with his former best friend. Let's see who would be the Shawn Michaels role.
Roman.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
No. Actually, more accurately, Jimmy Jacobs.
Okay, yeah,
they did that. They did that phone stuff in Ring of Honor, and I think he's hired it on creative. He's the smaller of the two. You know, the wiry, maybe a little bit crazy up there. Had some hard times and some drug problems. Perfect.
I like it. And New Wave Hornswoggle is El Torito, obviously. I mean,
obviously. Who else would you put there? Obviously. Now that we've rebooked Raw, rest of Raw, tag division, I think it's doing fine. It's not quite as exciting as it has been in the last few months.
It's not a division. It's two teams fighting.
It is now. We're back down to that.
Yeah, I mean,
it'll come back around, man.
It bothers me so much. They always forget. They're like, the reason the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian worked is because A, 3 teams were at the top, not 2, and you had all the filler teams for those 3 top teams to fight. Like, you had the Hollies, you had the APA, you had Too Cool, you had the Headbangers. Just Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan. Head cheese.
And we don't have just like matches that don't involve the champions. It feels like in 3 hours of Raw, they're still squeezing in. Oh, let's have two of the guys in the tag team championship contention fight each other. You know, and just to stretch it out a little bit. It's like, no, have them fight other tag teams and establish each of them as dominant in the division.
I mean, it's not like they don't have the teams.
No, they filled an elimination chamber with them, so sure. Too busy looking them on superstars or something. Maybe we just don't see it because they're all over superstars in main event.
Yeah, I mean they have to do stuff on those shows too, but goddamn, we don't need Sheamus in 4 segments on Raw.
No,
I know he just won Money in the Bank, but we don't need that.
How does it feel like they did so much more in an hour of old Raw than they do in 3 hours now?
Because if Raw was an hour and a half tonight and cut off after the Kevin Owens segment or whatever it was, that would have been a great episode of Raw.
I really wish I this is weird. I wish we didn't do this podcast because I would, as an experiment, just do something else on Monday nights. It would be weird. And watch the Hulu version in the morning. I know some people do this anyways, and just like see if that pace feels better.
No, because they cut out a lot of some of the good stuff,
right? Because they're trying to make room for that half an hour each of the
they honestly, from what I've heard, I've talked to people who do this. The Hulu stuff they put, because WWE selects what goes on there, So it's WWE's most important stuff. Like that tag team match that we saw tonight, that 6-man, that was awesome. That probably will not be on the
Hulu progression storyline that pushes the pay-per-view, so it's gone.
Yeah. And that 6-man tag match was awesome tonight. It was really, really good. But I mean, they could do so much stuff. They could do so much stuff.
We got Brock Lesnar. We got Brock Lesnar at least, right?
Yeah, we got.
No, but more importantly, we got Paul Heyman.
He didn't talk though. I was surprised.
Yet, no, we're going to hold on to that. But I hope he gave a great speech, at least for the go home for everybody sitting there in Cleveland tonight.
From what I was able to see from Jen Carlins on the tweeters, it was an 8-man tag in the dark match with Bray Wyatt, and I'm assuming Dean. Like I'm assuming it's Bray, Seth, Kane, and let's say Bad News Barrett versus like Bray, Cena, Dean, and Roman or something.
Who didn't get a lot of time tonight? That's the basic thing. Roman and Bray, obviously.
Cena. Although I like Roman actually interrupting Bray Wyatt's promo. And the fact that they're bringing in Roman's daughter, I don't know if that's going to work, but it'll be interesting.
It's something different and very interesting play that they did play the daddy commercial with her earlier. We're like, you were saying like, why Titus O'Neil just won your belt? Why aren't you showing this? And then we had that later and we're like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, not only Titus O'Neil just won the belt, Titus O'Neil won a contest like Celebrity Dad of the Year or something like that.
Exactly. So, but that's not what's important. But anywaes, I mean, it's always so much more. It's hard to Monday morning or Monday night quarterback this stuff when there's so much more goes into it, especially with something on the level of Raw. But anyways, let us know your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. We do this every Monday night after it goes off air. Watch it at Mayhem Show on the Twitters, and we'll put the link up there so you can drop in, or if you're following us on Wrestling Mayhem Show on Google Plus, you'll of course get the notification there as well. Or you can check us out otherwise. Look for the Raw wrap up on your iTunes, on your Stitcher, Smart Radio, as well as on you just go subscribe to Wrestling Mayhem Show on YouTube, and you won't miss any of the stuff because we do video versions of just about everything we do around here. And of course, please check out our friends SliceOnBroadway.com, BullPittsburgh.com, and ProWrestlingTees.com/WMS to support the show. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. If you want to throw a couple bones our way because you're digging the conversation, want to contribute to it. People that do that are usually in a fast track to get on the show and contribute to the show in more meaningful ways, like our friend Antonio Garza. For instance. So we really appreciate that as well. And I'm at Sorgatron. He's at Mad Mike 4883. Any parting words, sir, before we leave?
Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch. Suplex City, bitch.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night live at WrestlingMayhemShow.com for the Wrestling Mayhem Show at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by Indie Mayhem Show. And we'll see you guys next time.